There are those that just want to be left alone, and those that just won't leave them alone. Which one are you? The Ernest Hancock Show.
Yeah, little Boston for my Bostonian friend, Marc Gay Victor. I can't have mom without a little bit of Boston. You know, the one thing that I want to make sure that I emphasize that they're not, what involvement will I have? Well, do I want to be a plain? I don't care. Do I want to be? I don't care. You know what? I just want to make it very clear where I am on this because I support what they're doing. And the thing is, I want to be minister of propaganda. I want to be press. I would make go, oh man, rock and roll. But the thing is that it's going to take off on its own. Mark doesn't see that. Dick doesn't see that. We're taking hits, man. They are coming after us heavy. It's mudslinging. They're going to have them protest out front of my law firm. They're going to be going to every client that I got, calling we break with thee, we break with thee, we break with thee, and they're going to throw dog poop on their shoes. Okay, need a lawyer? You go to the parties looking for lawyers with dog poop on their shoes, and you can hire them. Okay, because this is what they think. And I'm going, are you freaking kidding me? Do you know how much support there is to be able to go up against this regime, this religious regime? You don't get it. Where the hell you guys been? I'm going. Fine. Just like you want to get good press, you just keep doing what you're doing. Don't back off. Here it comes. Mark, I'm making a prediction. When is it? Day after, it's March 18th, 2011. Within a week, they will be doing features on how much a stallion you are all over the internet. This is going to happen now. A week. Now, the traditional media, what are they going to do? They're going to beat in the drum. And then once it goes against them, then they're going to be worrying about something else. I'm telling you, the long term on this, you're going to get a lot of support. And it may come in the guise of how much money they support you. Now, Dick's already told us, he goes, it's Freedom from Religion Foundation. It's FRFF.org.
No, FFR.
FFRF.org.
Freedom from Religion Foundation. Their mission is to keep government and religion separate.
Deductible.
It is tax deductible. Their mission is not to get people to stop praying. Their mission is to keep church and state separate.
And also on the no pray day. No. You're under penalty. I have to push your button. You won't keep quiet during I go.
Also on the NoPrayDay.com website, there's a link to the FFRF.org with a notation that says if you make a donation, it's 501c3, therefore it's tax deductible, but make it earmarked for the Arizona lawsuit, and please send a copy of whatever it is to either Mark or myself.
Okay, now I've been hearing about this coming up. Beware the Ides of March, Ernie. The Ides of March. Here we go, the Ides of March. So when did you file this, on the 15th or something?
We filed it on the Ides of March, and we thought we'd have it served, which we did on St. Patrick's Day, so that the governor would be served with something other than corned beef and cabbage.
Okay, so you filed this, and you got this out. Now, how is it that you're associated with the Freedom from Religion Foundation? How did they get involved to be able to put to where they would even earmark a donation? Who'd you coordinate with them? How'd that come about?
The president.
What?
Well, not Obama.
Okay, President. So tell me about the relationship.
Well, they're plaintiffs in the case. I mean, they're a national organization. They've got, I think, 400 members or so in Arizona, and they also brought the case in Wisconsin to stop the federal National Day of Prayer, which they, by the way, won. And a federal judge has declared the National Day of Prayer unconstitutional. However, it's under appeal, and the judge in that case said, look, we're not going to issue the injunction to stop the National Day of Prayer while the thing plays out in the appellate court. So they kind of got the bus rolling. They got the thing started, and they're a plaintiff in our case, and that's perfectly appropriate. And we've got several other plaintiffs, and we intend to collect a few more as we go along.
If you'd like to read what the judge in Wisconsin said, the court order from the Wisconsin case is attached as an exhibit to the Arizona case, and you can download that from NoPrayDay.com.
Oh, so you guys already won the PR on the. The thing is, I can see what this is. Being someone of faith, I find it demeaning. I find it a lessening by having government involvement. I don't, as much disdain as I have for them to try and wrap themselves in anything to do spiritually. I don't want them to be spiritual. What are they going to do? They just conjure up money. They pray before they do any kind of legislative action, as if it gives them some. We pray, dear Lord, that the rape and pillage and theft that we will bestow upon the people while we're in session will be granted with your sanction or some crap. It just drives me freaking nuts. So I am very supportive of what this is going to entail. Now I want to ask Mike Wasden. Mike, help me out here. Your enthusiasm for your participation in this as a plaintiff, where you approached, it was kind of a group decision, you talked to them, what did your emotions going into it? Were you afraid? Were you looking forward to it? Are you, jumping up and down, toe to toe, going, yeah, clapping your hands? What kind of emotion did this start, or was it a burden? How do you look at this?
No, this is not a burden for me, and I wouldn't say I'm overly joyful either. I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to support any cause for freedom. I think you know that, Ernie. I've been doing the same things you have
enemy of the state for a long time.
For many years now. So I'm happy to support any cause for freedom. So no, I look at it as just doing my part. I want to do my part to bring down the monster, the beast.
Mike Wasden hasn't been shy about his atheism. In fact, he's got his own religion. He's like, the evangelical atheist. But the thing is that he's also been a guest editor for StrikeTheRoot.com, and he writes a lot. So he definitely has a mind that understands what this is about and able to articulate it. The state doesn't know the breadth and the depth of the opposition to what they're doing and the arguments that they have. They are going to just pound the Bible onto this table and go, he is going to defend our righteous blah, 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 and they have no idea what they're up against. But if they want to play, let's play.
Hey, Ernie, I think you should know this, too. I've decided to try to take this right to the heart of the opposition team, at least what they want to make it. And so my law firm has already called the Cornerstone Church and the Chandler Christian Church and offered to have me come to those churches on Sunday morning, if they're so agreeable, and explain myself as to exactly why we're filing this lawsuit and to make the case why I believe they should be in favor of this lawsuit as well.
Heck, join it. Get some pastors to join it.
That's where I'm going.
This is so clear. It's such a demeaning of faith that that you think you need some Caesar sanction. I need Caesar sanction. Seriously, quiet. The thing is that I need to make sure that people understand what this is really about. It's about freedom. What is the promise of government? What was the promise of the U.S. Constitution? What was the promise? And where are we actually at? The further that distance gets between what's really going on and the promise, that gap is called the revolution gap. That's just the way it is. And they keep doing this and waging war everywhere. And it comes on the day we're having this conversation just an hour ago. Less than 2 hours ago, we have Obama. Yep. Here comes Libya bombs, please. Now we got the crowd over there yakking. Stop yakking. So I'm just going, this is so important to me to make sure that this is understood. Is there any misconceptions out there you guys think? Dick, tell me. Is there something that you think is out there that they're clouding what the real issues are?
I think most people listening to this cloud it as a religious issue and not as an independence or freedom issue. And that's going to be the big hill that we have to go over when people finally realize that we're not talking about religion per se. We're talking about individual freedom, individual rights to be separate from the government. Going back to what you were saying about the wars that we're in. President Washington said, as he left office, he said, the United States has got to remain free of all other foreign entanglements. Don't get involved in their politics. To Today, we have 900 military bases in 140-some countries. No wonder they don't like us. We're trying to separate church and state just as that should have been separated over the years.
You get an amen from me, brother? Go ahead, Mike.
I was just going to add that there's a reason why they do that, of course. It's because they know that it's a hot-button topic, and it's very emotional for people. So that's why they do this. They try to make it a religious issue instead of a freedom issue.
They try to make it a God issue to cover up the immorality of what they want to do using my tax money and our children. They want to paper it over with the pages of the Bible because they have no argument themselves. It's no more complicated than that, and we're going to expose it. They are, and I'm going to help. Hopefully you will too. Great show. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Oh, it's Monday on Freedom's Phoenix. Uncovering the secrets and exposing the lies. That's what readers of freedomsphoenix.com get every day. Readers of freedomsphoenix.com are constantly provided the information that detail the real news between the lines of propaganda about government policies and the true relationship we all have with coercive governments. Learn the true condition of our economy, innovations and technological breakthroughs in energy, health, computer science, and space travel. Learn the truth well before it's admitted to in the lamestream media, the media that is so last century. Corporate media has evolved into nothing more than distributors of government propaganda, but we now have a fantastic alternative. FreedomsPhoenix.com provides constant news updates on the issues that affect our lives in the most important ways. Our liberty and our property are under constant attack, and FreedomsPhoenix.com provides the understanding behind the propaganda while encouraging the participation of our readers. Join us at FreedomsPhoenix.com. That's freedoms with an S, Phoenix.com. FreedomsPhoenix.com, where the revolution between the ears has already matured.